right, so the aftermath of the Kawhi Leonard signing to the Los Angeles Clippers has aftermath because of the Paul George trade to the Los Angeles Clippers. So now we got a lot going on, a lot of aftermath here. So as the league catches up on everything, one team that's obviously going to have to make some critical decisions in the future is the Oklahoma City Thunder. I really believe the Oklahoma City Thunder jumped the gun trading Paul George after he demanded a trade on Tuesday and they traded him that Friday. I'm not saying you didn't have to pull that trigger on that trade, but trust me, the Clippers were going to lose they were going to lose Kawhi Leonard to the Lakers or the Raptors. You could have waited. You could have did something. Like, I just thought they moved entirely too quickly. And now they got a nice overhaul, right? They got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Danilo Gallinari for whatever you think his value is. Honest to God, truth, the Clippers just need to get rid of his contract. You got 5 picks, first-round picks, 4 unprotected. You got 2 second-round picks. Some Miami picks are meshed in between that. Look, they got a nice overhaul, but let's call a spade a spade. You just traded one of the 7 to 8 best players in the game. Paul George was in an MVP conversation last year. He might be the best two-way player in the game right now, and he's gone. After you just signed him a year ago. You did all that. You traded, remember, you traded an all-star in Oladipo for Paul George. Now Paul George is gone for another rebuild. And essentially, you're about to try to draft the next Paul George over the next 5 to 7 years. I just think it's a very risky move. And if you don't look at it as a risky move, it's definitely an early move. So now the Thunder, GM Sam Presti, they have to look forward to what's next for this organization. They got that stockpile of picks. What do they do next? Well, one thing that's in consideration is trading Russell Westbrook. And Russell Westbrook and his agent, they have met, as of right now, they've met with the Thunder GM Sam Presti, and they're talking about potential of, a trade. Russ is under a new deal. He's going to make like 4 years. He's got 4 years, $170 million coming his way in the near future. You don't want to pay that type of money for Russell Westbrook. Obviously, the Thunder want to rebuild. One team that Woj is reporting, the best NBA reporter there is out there, he's saying that the Miami Heat are interested in bringing in a second star alongside Jimmy Butler that they just acquired this summer. So look for that to be a realistic possibility. The Miami Heat might give away everything else that they got to try to go for it in the East to put together their duo. That seems to be the new trend right now, is duos, not trios anymore, or 4 all-stars. No, it's a duo-driven league right now. So look for Jimmy Butler and Russell Westbrook to potentially be a thing. By the way, that sounds like a train wreck about to happen, but it might be fun for us, right? It might be fun as fans and media and reporters to watch this train wreck, right? Russell Westbrook and Jimmy Butler in Miami. Here's what we know. The Thunder and Russell Westbrook are talking about the future. And I would assume Russell Westbrook will get traded this summer. That's my guess. I'm guessing he gets traded. You move on from Paul George, anything is possible. And I'm guessing maybe the Thunder want to go full rebuild and sell the franchise on. We're starting over from scratch. We will be back one day. We're going to try to Brooklyn net it. Now, they're not as an attractive destination like Brooklyn is, but maybe Oklahoma City can find the next Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, James Harden. Gosh, they've had some talent come through Oklahoma City over the last decade or so. We'll see what happens. One thing that probably will happen is a trade of Russell Westbrook. That's crazy to even think about. So many expectations put on Russell Westbrook and Paul George when they decided to do this again last summer. And now we're looking at Paul George out of Oklahoma City and potentially their franchise guy, Russell Westbrook, a guy who I thought might spend his entire career in OKC. He might be on the way out as well. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. You are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now,
Mr. Taliaferro.
Mr. Taliaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr. Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV. Here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.